Hi everyone, I will start now. My name is Julia and I am a Borderless intern from Brazil, and I will be today's moderator. Um, Before we start, if you don't know Borderless, we are a free study abroad platform founded by a former international student on a mission to democratize international education. On our website, you can find over 400 stories of other international students, tools to help you apply for college, extracurricular activities, information about universities, and a lot more. We're so excited to have you here at our online event because today you won't just read about someone's experience, we will get to interact, ask questions, and really connect. Before we begin, just a few quick reminders to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Please stay muted during the entire event. You can unmute yourself at the very end during our Q&A session. If you have a question, feel free to type in the chat at any point and they will address later, or you can wait and ask it out loud during the Q&A. Please don't draw on the screen. It has happened before, so yes, no, don't draw on the screen. And finally, just so everyone knows, this webinar will be recorded, that it will be available on YouTube afterwards. Finally, it's time to introduce today's speaker. From a little town in Brazil to a full ride for Haverford College, José Wagner.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending where you're from. I'm from Brazil, Pernambuco, and I'm very excited to be here with you all today. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yay! So we will be asking him a couple questions, and then after we'll be available, we will be having a Q&A time. The first question is, what is small thing, a playlist, a snack, or a habit that became your lifeline during the application season?
Oh, that's actually a great question. So my application process was last year. I was in my senior year of high school, and something that I did like every time was literally listening to songs. So actually listening to songs helped me a lot to just, reflect about my writings, especially lo-fi songs. Was actually something that I listened to a lot. So yeah, it was a habit that I actually had.
That's great. That's great. I love lofi songs too.
It's a great thing to study, isn't it?
Yeah. The next question is, what did you learn about yourself that no brochure or mentor could have prepared you for?
Mm, that's a great thing. So I learned about something about pressure. I'm someone that do not stand like, you know, be in a very pressured environment. So if it is, for example, fulfill a specific deadline, I do not feel well to just start 1 week before. And I think that's something that the application process for United States or any college or university abroad has taught every applicant is that we cannot start things just very late. So something that I really understood is that if I want to do something, I need to start it like before, with a lot of time before the deadline, so I can fulfill that task or activity in a better way. So yeah, this is something that I learned about myself during this process.
I totally get it. I'm the type of person that, like, if I have a deadline, I will be, oh my God.
Yes, that's pretty much this. And I think that when we like have a deadline that is like very close, we start to just uh be crazy because of that. So it's very important to start things very early for the application process, especially if you're applying now in August.
Yeah. The next question is, describe a moment when it finally hit you. I'm going to college abroad.
Oh my God. So before getting accepted or when I got accepted?
I think you can say both times.
Okay, so first of all, before I got accepted, when I actually decided, not when I decided, but when I actually saw that I really wanted to study abroad, was when I attended the Yale Young Global Scholars Program. I don't know if you know that, but it's a summer program at Yale University. And there was the moment that I was like, oh my God, I want to go to college abroad. Because as someone who loves studying different languages and, getting to access different cultures from all over the world, there I was able to connect with like many people from different countries. So this was the moment where I found out that I actually really wanted to be studying abroad, especially in the United States and at Haverford College, as you can see from my background picture. And afterwards, after I got accepted into college, the moment that I actually realized that I was actually going to college was when I created a group chat with many students there. We started interacting. Actually, tomorrow we are going to have another call just to talk. So, interaction with incoming freshman students is just an amazing way that has really shown me that I am going to college, and it's just an amazing experience.
I can imagine. Oh my God. I'm so happy that like you're getting the chance to interact with another freshmen even before getting to the college.
Thank you so much. It's an amazing thing you can do that. After you get accepted, you can just go to those Instagram accounts, see also got in and interact with everyone. I'd say that that's one of the best things that people do because you already know some familiar faces when we are in the college. So
Yeah. The first question is, what's one misconception people have about studying abroad that you now see totally different?
okay, a misconception. Um, well, I'd say that one misconception that people think about like studying abroad is that you need to have all perfect grades, a perfect SAT score. It's very important for you to have good grades in high school. It's very important to have an SAT score if you're applying and sending your SAT. But I'd say that this is not everything. I believe that very recently, Borderless posted another video that I saw about talking about this. And I'd say that the most important thing in your college application process is your history. If you do have great scores. This is amazing. This is really going to help you. But what is going to help you the most is your personal statements, your supplemental essay, your interview, if you're going to have with your United States or any country's college. It's very important to actually show who you are and not just, I have perfect scores, I'm going to get in. So, yeah, I'd say that this is a misconception. And particularly with me, I used to think it's about it like every time because I do have some C grades during high school. For example, during my sophomore year with physics, I did not like physics. And yeah, I had some C's. For example, in all quarters of my sophomore grade, I got a C, which is a 6 out of 10 in my high school, which was the average score in my high school. But I used to think, oh my God, this C that I got, this 6 out of 10 that I got in physics will condemn, will make me get rejected and not help me to get a full ride. But overall, your history is what really matters during this process because having good scores is actually like, it's essential, but your history is what matters.
I totally get it. Like coming from Brazil too, we both understand that like here in Brazil is so valued to have like the best course to get into
Yeah.
university. Like exploring a different type, like in the US, is totally different for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is it's pretty much more than just grades and the SAT. You can get it. I overthink a lot about it, but yeah.
I think this is like the number one overthinking problem
Hmm.
of all Brazilian students.
I'd say that not just Brazilian, but like everyone, every international student think about their grades. Most of them are like, is it enough? But yeah, you're just going to find out when you open your college application decision, and you're going to be very happy, hopefully, if you get accepted into your dream college.
Yes. The next
Yay.
question. Next question is, what's something you wish someone had told you before applying?
That's an excellent question. So if I had this opportunity, I would definitely want to someone tell me, relax. Something that I did a lot during my application process was thinking about the future instead of living the present, living the process. So I was like during the early decision application process. I submitted my early decision application to Haverford College, the institution that I'm going to right now, and I was very happy. But at the same time, I was like, oh my God, what is the outcome going to be? Am I going to get in? Am I going to be rejected? Am I going to be deferred? Am I going to get a scholarship? And I started thinking a lot about the future. And I really want someone, I would love that someone have told me, just relax, stop thinking about the future and just go to the process that you're going right now. Because I could not think about the supplemental essays I had to write for the regular decision schools that I was actually going to apply if I did not get in. So if you are or if you're going to apply to universities abroad, please focus more on what's happening right now, the writing process, describing your extracurriculars and honors, and then you can think about getting accepted or not. This is something that is going to take away a lot of time from your writings and from your dedication to actually make this acceptance a dream come true.
I'm totally getting again. This is something I think everyone relates to.
Yeah, I actually spent a lot of time just in the Haverford College YouTube accounts, staring at videos, seeing, imagining, oh my God, I'm gonna be walking this pathway here, going to founders, going to my classrooms. So it's really important to just think about the present and then let the future happen in the future.
Yes. The next question is, tell us something niche or random about Haverford College that you found out
Mm.
while stalking their website.
Oh, cool. So there are many things actually that I found out because of the websites. I'd say that the location is specifically, as you can see, it is a suburb. So it's like 20 minutes from Philadelphia. It is 1 hour and a half to New York City and 2 hours to Washington, D.C. So I just love this location so much. I really wanted to live in a place like very similar to the place that I live. I'm a low income student from a countryside region in my city. So there is only like 5,000 inhabitants, which is like very small. And I really wanted to live in a very similar environment, such as Haverford College in general. So the location is something that I found out through the website that I really loved. And some other facts are, for example, 70% of the dorms in the college are singles. This is amazing because I really want to get a single. So yeah, I'd say that this is amazing if you want to get a live in a single dorm in an institution. And something there's also a question in the chat about early decision. We can talk a little bit more about that later. But something that made me also decide about to study at Haverford College was the collaborative community. I'm someone who hates competition. I cannot stand it. So I really wanted to just live in a collaborative community that someone would support each other instead of just comparing each other. For example, what are you going to do this summer? There is not that at Haverford. What grades did you get? There isn't that at Haverford. So this was something that I found out after talking to students, stalking the website, and watching hundreds of videos about the college.
Great. That's so that's so good that most of the dorms are singles. I cannot imagine
Yeah.
three people as in other colleges.
This is actually a decision making. This was one of the reasons why I made the decision to go to Harvard because being in a single and like having the most possibilities to stay in a single, it's amazing. I have 30% 30% possibility of getting a double or a triple, but hopefully this is not going to happen with me. But yeah.
The next question is, if you could fast forward to the end of your first semester and leave a message to your future self, what would you say?
Mm, great thing. I'm probably going to watch this video later at the end of my first semester. But I would say congratulations. Something that most of the time we do not do is just seeing our achievement and looking at it and saying, congratulations to yourself, coming from a low income environment here in the Brazilian Northeast, and also having already just studied in public schools, I would never thought that I would go abroad with all expenses paid through scholarships, or that I would actually just go to a college and be a first generation student. So I'd say congratulations to you, José Wagner. I'm very proud. The past José Wagner is very proud of you because you did not just get your dream come true, but you also are helping other students to make their dreams also become a reality. So I'd say congratulations, because it's very important to just value your achievements and value the things that you get throughout your academic and professional journey. It's very important for us to do that.
Oh, that's so cute. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much. Congratulations for you too.
The next question is the next question is what's been the most unexpected part of preparing to study abroad?
Well, I could spend a lot of time talking about this question because I have literally a new student's checklist to fulfill. But the most unexpected thing after getting accepted is the tons of placement exams. I had to make a French placement exam, a Chinese placement exam, because I have interest in studying both languages there. I had to make a writing placement exam, a math placement exam, and uh, an advice Indian questionnaire, in many questionnaires that actually take a lot of time. So I guess that I wrote more just after getting accepted than when before getting accepted and apply to college. I'd say that this is something very unexpected. I thought that everything was already okay, but no, you still have a lot of work to do. Actually, the deadline for me to submit many of those things is July 1st, but I have finished almost all of them besides the health questionnaire that I still have to do. And yeah, it just like takes a lot of time. It is something very unexpected. I did not expect to have this amount of work, but this is just amazing. But other things besides that are the opportunity to engage that my college is providing me. For example, there are reading groups throughout summer. There are many cool events that you can attend, just like to talk to people. For example, the Cheswick Scholars First Gen and Low Income Students Nights, where a couple of days ago, I think it was um, August. No, sorry. I think it was like last week, not sure. But we were just in a call where we were just talking. So these opportunities to just interact with people is it's really amazing.
That's so great. But oh my God, this is something I think and like nobody thinks. That after getting
Mhm.
accepted, you're gonna have to like to do tests and
Yeah.
things like
There is a lot of work still to do. So after getting accepted, spend your two first years just relaxing, just I got in, and then you're going to start working with your visa application process and with all those documents that you need to have to go to the US. So yeah, but it's a very fun process because you get to talk to people. Like many people have the same questions, so you can make this opportunity to just make friends while asking questions about the things that you need to submit to the college. So yeah, I'd say that's a great thing as well.
That's great. The last question before we go to the Q&A session is if you could give a tip to someone that is applying right now, what would it be?
Hmm. Great. First of all, you need to set specific and strategic deadlines. I'd say that when you just find out about the application process, you see many informations, many new informations. And for example, SAT, Duolingo English test, personal statements, supplementals, describing extracurriculars and honors, then possibly getting an interview with the college. This is way a lot of information. And if you just try to do everything in the same time, it's going to be very hard for you to get it. So set specific deadlines, set a routine for you to fulfill specific tasks and activities. For example, something that I did not expect was about the Duolingo English test. I I actually did it very late. I did it in August. Like my Duolingo English test, the one that was valid was in August 28th, and I had to submit my application in December within 2 weeks, and I did not have my Duolingo English test score yet. But I was actually studying a lot for the exam because I did not expect that it would be kind of hard for me to get a good score because I was kind of on that 120, 130, 125 average on the simulates, on the practice tests of the Duolingo English test. So after a while, I was able to make my first Duolingo English test, and it was not validated because it told me that I did not wasn't like looking just to the screen and that I looked to another place. But I don't know, I did not. If I did that, it was just automatically, but I do not remember. So then they gave me another opportunity to have another Duolingo English test, and I was able to get a 140 out of 160, which was a really good score. So if you do not want to go through those very bad moments, like I don't know, if I did not have my Duolingo English test, I would not be able to apply to college. So try to do things earlier, but try to do things in the right time. You know, it's very important to start things very early. So yeah, I'd say that this is one of the first things that people that are applying right now or that just found out about the application process should do. Something that I also did was contacting students. So in order to apply to Haverford, I guess that I contacted six or more students and had call with them, similar to Zoom calls. I guess we went like Google Meets call. We just talked. I asked them questions about what is it studying in a college? What is a tip that you would give me to as a incoming applicant for your institution? So yeah, I'd say those things, and yeah, it would be very helpful for everyone.
That's great. I really like it, these tips. Thank you.
No problem. I'd say that if you follow those tips, I'm sure that you're going to get into college. Just also make the most out of all contents that you have. If you can watch videos like this one or attend webinars like this one as well, this is really going to help you a lot. I actually did it a lot myself. I watched the Borderless webinars before. For example, there is one about Haverford College from a Brazilian student, João Hassi, available. So I watched it before applying. I watched many resources. So it's very important for you to just search and look for many and different resources that are going to help you to just make your dream of studying abroad come true.
Yes. Now I'm going to ask you some questions that are here in the chat. So
Sure.
yeah,
A,
the
a
question,
full circle moment, as Veronica said.
yeah, that's so cute. The question is, how did you decide to apply ED, early decision, and why not regular?
Okay, so why did I decide to apply early decision to Haverford College? First of all, we're not talking just about Haverford College, but early decision in general. I'd say that something that made me decide to apply early decision was the fact that I was 100% sure that if I got in, if I got a full scholarship, I would be 100% happy to attend this institution. So this was one of the reasons why I decided to apply early decision. It's very important to know that when you apply early decision, this is a commitment that you have with the college, so you are 100. You're literally saying to the college, if you let me in, I am going to your institution and do not go to any other institution. So it's very important to just make sure that you really think about the possibilities, the good and bad possibilities that you it can give you. For example, if you apply to this college or to any other college, you are 100% committed to go there, but you would never know if you would get into another college. So the early decision game, it's pretty much about apply to the institution that you really want to go to. If you think that you do not want to go to the institution, I'd recommend you to not apply early decision and just apply regular decision. And yeah, it would be pretty much better because it's not good to go to a place that you do not want to go. So yeah, and about what made me choose Haverford College as my early decision application specifically was the fact that, first of all, financial aid. Haverford offers need-based financial aid to any admitted student, and this was a great thing for me as a low-income student that needed a full ride scholarship. So yeah, and some other things were some facts that I already talked about: the 70% single dorms, the collaborative community, the liberal arts program in the institution, the political science program in the institution, and the location also was something that really made me decide to apply there. And yeah, I just felt very connected to the college and the people that I talked to, from alumni to current students. So I'd say that this was what made me decide to apply early decision to Haverford College and early decision in general.
That's great. The next question is, which opportunity or program exactly appealed to you from the university before applying?
Okay, so in terms of summer programs and those programs, right?
Yeah, I think
Uh,
so.
All right. You can also, if the person that asked you this question wants to clarify, you can also write, and I can also try to better answer. But in terms of programs, like summer programs that appealed to me and that I applied and got in before applying to college was, for example, the Yale Young Global Scholars Program. I got a full scholarship to attend this program during my senior year, and I attended it and studied solving global challenges there. It's a great extracurricular if you're looking for summer programs. It was also an amazing opportunity for me to just be there and meet people from over 100 countries. It was a great experience. Another program was the Yale International Relations Scholars Program. This was another opportunity. It was a 1 week program at Yale University as well. So I also attended this program on a full scholarship last year. And some other programs included the Harvard International Relations Scholars Program. It is a virtual program that I attended during my junior year of high school in 2023. So I'd say that those were three of the programs I attended, but also talking about extracurriculars, I attended some other activities that really supported me to get into college and to have like incredible histories to talk about during my application process that yeah, I'm very happy to have experienced it.
Yay! The YYDS is so competitive. So, oh my God, that's so crazy that you got.
Thank you so much. It's an amazing experience. And the first time that I applied to YYGS, I was rejected, but then I applied again and I got in. So always give you the chance to try again because you never know what the outcomes is going to be.
Yes, I think this is something that we always need to remember. Like sometimes the first time is not gonna work out and it's okay.
Yeah, and it's okay to to have a gap year as well. This is something very important to think about. It's literally you giving your time to fulfill a dream that you do have, and that is actually going to open you many opportunities. So make the most out of the time that you have, and make the most out of the opportunities that you currently have. And yeah, this is something that it's very important for us to think about as we apply to college, because sometimes it's a process that it is uncertain if you're going to get in, if you're going to get the scholarship that you need to go to the institution. So it's very important to make sure that you are not just participating in the application process, but you're also understanding the application process. So if something happens, you have the knowledge to just make it again, attend the application process once again.
Yes. The next question is, why did you choose Harvard for college? What is the process by which you knew that this college would be the best fit for you?
That's an excellent question, actually. So, why I chose Haverford College? Haverford College has such a unique community. As I said, there isn't this kind of competition. Like, students do not are like thinking, what grades did you take? There isn't like this kind of comparison between students with the grades. So, the collaborative community was actually something that made me 100% sure that I really wanted to be there. This was a requirement that I had to go to a university. I really wanted to go to a university that had a collaborative community. Some other things included the honor code. Haverford has one of the oldest honor codes in the United States. So it provides students with the opportunity for them to have their voice heard. So they can simply propose new topics and new improvements for the institution or new opportunities for the institutions each time during the beginning or at the end, I'm not sure, of each semester. There is a plenary session, so they can just propose new ideas for the college. And I'd say that those the fact that the institution really listens to what the students want is just an amazing thing. And I also sent a lot of emails to Harvard College before applying. So they were always they always were very, like, they gave a lot of attention to my emails, so I felt like that I was very connected to the college before applying. So this was actually some of the reasons why I chose Haverford College as my early decision school. And yeah, I also, as I said, had a lot of conversations with alumni and current students from the class of 2027, class of 2028, or prior classes. And this helped me a lot to actually understand that this was the place that I wanted to be in for the next 4 years of my life.
Yay. That's great. That's great. I think this is something that most people like don't think a lot before applying to college. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm going to fit into the community. Like
Mhm.
do I align with the community? I like the community there.
Yeah, this is very important to think about that. And I see that there is the person that asked this also asked, what is the process by which you knew that this college will be the best fit for you? As I said, all of all of these reasons, but something that I also asked and something that Julia also said is about, getting to know the specific reasons. So something that I did was talk to students. And one of the questions that I asked them was like, what is the best thing that you have in this college? What is the most unique thing that you have access as a Harvard College student? But I also asked, what is one of the worst things that the institution has? So it's very important to know what you're going to get and what you're going to lose if you go to a specific institution. So yeah, those were the things that I searched for.
I think this is like a very insightful thing to do because like if we only get to know the good things, the pros,
Uh-huh.
we get blind.
Yes. It's very important to take a look at what are the positives and negative points of going or applying early decision to a specific college. So always take a look to that. It's going to be very helpful. And if you want to talk to students, and specifically about Haverford College, especially when I'm already there, I feel free to contact me. I'd be very happy to share my experiences there. But something that you can also do is contacting students using LinkedIn. It is a platform both for academic and professional purposes. You can get a lot of opportunities. For example, I'm going to attend a fully funded summer program right now within like a month in Arizona just because of LinkedIn, because I met someone there and I met this opportunity. So something that you can do for your application process with LinkedIn is searching Haverford College or the name of the institution, contacting students that study there, and maybe sending a message asking to have a call, like a 30-minute call, a 1 hour call, just to talk about the institution. And this is actually going to be one of the best things when you're applying. This is also going to be very helpful for your supplemental essays process, writing process, because something that I did was mentioning a specific professor from Haverford College, because a friend of mine was working with the research with him, and I found that his research was amazing. So I decided to mention him because I'm very interested in actually taking a look more about this research. So yeah.
Great, great. The next question is, Also, what other colors did you consider? I think even if you not apply it, you had a college
Mhm.
list. So what colors besides Haverford did you thought of applying?
Okay, great. So colleges that I decided to apply if I did not get into Haverford, Northwestern University, Tufts University, Berea College, Peter College, Amherst College, um, some other colleges that were in my college list, but I did not have a lot of interested in was University of Wisconsin Madison, was the Washington and Lee University, and many other colleges. I did not have interest because I did not search a lot about those colleges. I just added the colleges in my college list after, after a while. So I just like did not search a lot about them. So yeah, those were some of the colleges. I guess that I would apply if I did not get into Haverford. I would have applied to nine colleges and universities abroad.
I think like Haverford just fits you so well that it's like so weird to think about like you applying to other colleges. It's
Yeah,
like you're in
thank you.
Haverford, but you're in Brazil.
Yeah. I'm the Haverford king. Just kidding. But yeah.
The next question is, did you take the SAT at the time you apply it?
No, I did not take the SAT. To be honest, I applied test optional, but then I was kind of thinking, oh, if I do not get in, maybe I will need the SAT, and it would be better for me to submit. So I had the SAT in December, but 2 weeks later, no, I guess 1 week later or something like that, I received my admission to Haverford College. So I just did not use the SAT, and it was great. But yeah.
But like, did you saw the grades at least, or like, it's a complete mystery into right now?
So I saw it and it was very low because I did not study for the SAT at all. I was really just focusing on the dual English test and the writing process and ignoring the existence of the SAT. But yeah, it's something that everyone here do not do because the application process each year is changing and many colleges are coming back with SAT mandatory. So it's very important for you to have an SAT. So yeah.
The next question is, did you have any academic Olympiad medals?
Um, well, this is a great question because every time that we talked about honors for the application process, I was like, oh my God, I do not have scientific Olympiads medals. I'm not going to get in. And some people actually told me it's going to be very hard for you to get in if you do not have an international math Olympiad medal, or if you do not have a math medal or a physics medal. But as I said, I got a C on my sophomore year every single quarter of my of physics. So I was never the kind of person that really liked to attend a lot of Olympiads. But to be honest, I had one of them that was a history Olympiad, was from the Brazilian Brazilian National History Olympiad A. It was a virtual Olympiad that I attended with a group of people from one of the programs and organizations that I work with. So yeah, this was the only Olympiad, which was a bronze medal that we got during this virtual Olympiad. And I put it, I believe that it was my third or fourth honor on my Common App.
I think this is like a very good thing to say because sometimes we get like into this mindset that only one specific type of applicants
Mm-hmm.
do accepted, but no, like there are
No,
various type of applicants.
absolutely. There are people who do not like Olympiads, just like me, but there are people that they could fulfill a 15 pages owners list with just all the medals that they do have. But it's just, if you do not like Olympiads, do not do it. Go to another contest, like a writing contest, or to a award that will help you a lot. So I'd say that do not do not stress a lot if you do not like some extracurricular or honor. You do not need to do just for the sake of applying to college.
Yeah, yeah. The next question is, how did you prepare for a personal statement and supplemental essay? Because I am stuck with a lot of ideas.
That's a great thing, actually. So I received feedback from friends and from mentors, and this helped me a lot, actually. So what I made to prepare was writing a document with bullet points. So I started this topic. What is the first topic that I'm going to talk about? For example, one of the topics that I wanted to talk about was about how important my grandfather was to me, and then the other topic, which was actually the topic that I applied and was my personal statement, was how learning more than 10 languages changed completely who I am and what I want to do in my future. So I weighted what would be more important and what would be, especially talking about more about who I am in general. And I decided to write personal statements about my journey learning languages and having my life change during the COVID-19 pandemic. But yeah, so the process to prepare was writing. I started thinking about what could I change here in terms of, is it actually a good personal statement? Am I actually using the show don't tell method? Because it's very easy to just talk about you and not show who you are. So I'd say that those were some things that I did. Some other things included for supplemental essays. As I said, talking to students and asking them what are some of the extracurriculars that they attend in the institution that they really like. What are some positive points of the institution, and seeing what connected the most with me, and then apply to my supplemental essays writing. For example, values. Some two of the values that was actually the second supplemental essay for Haverford College was asking what is what is what values do you want to seek or do you want to have in your next community? And I talked about diversity and especially collaboration. So yeah, those were some things that I did for my writing process. And thinking a lot, reflecting is very important.
I think also something that like we often forget is about shitty first drafts. Like I'm sure that your first draft wasn't the
Yeah,
final essay that you like sent to the college, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. I actually wrote 15 drafts of my personal statements. And then I got sick. I got tired of making drafts and more and more and more drafts. So I decided to just edit it on the actual supplemental essay and do not make any other draft. This is the essay that I'm going to send. And yeah, so it's very important for you to know that the first essay that you're going to write, it's probably not going to be the perfect personal statement that you're going to have. So get feedback from actual friends and people who know you. This is going to be very important because sometimes something that happens a lot between Brazilian students is some people sending the link of their personal statements on group chats and asking to many people read it. But if you ask to many people read your personal statements, everyone is going to give you a different feedback, and this is going to take your voice out of the personal statements, out of what you want to say. So it's very important for you to actually ask for people who you trust, or for two or three or less people to read and give you a feedback on your personal statements.
Yep, yep. The next question asked by the same person is, how could I know that specific color shirts for specific types of students? I think them is asking about college fit. Like, how did you knew that Haverford was your college fit, and how did you shirt it about college fit?
Great question. So actually, I something that people do, like if you're not international, if you are international student, you're mostly not going to do that. But some people visit campus and they really uh, getting the vibe of the campus a lot. But what I actually did was, watching a lot of videos about the college. And for example, I watched like YouTubers from Haverford College, and I saw the videos that they had posted about the college, talking about a day in the life of a Haverford College student. And this really helped me to actually take a look at what I would have in the institution. And then I could also take a look of two other colleges and what is the college that you're going to vibe the most. Is basically the college that you're going to feel more connected, both with the opportunities, both with the school environment, not just the place that it is located, but also the atmosphere that you are seeking in an institution. Is it a competitive school within the students, for example? Is it a competitive school in terms of this institution is between the students itself, there is a lot of comparison, or this is more like a a school where it has like a more collaborative environment. So I'd say that those would be some important things to think when deciding to actually find your best fit to your college.
Yep, yep. The next question is, did you work with any company or some counselor to get help? Do you recommend it?
Well, I did. I was a scholar. I won full scholarships to four programs of college application process. But then I decided to just stay with two of them because I'd say that it was exactly what I just said. It's important to have a lot. It's important to have feedback, but it's not that important to have a lot of feedback. So yes, I did work with two companies as a full scholarship recipient, so I was a scholar for the Brazilian Crimson Brazil Scholarship Program of 2024, and they helped me a lot. And also the Brazilian Student Association Brasa Pré Americas Scholarship Program was also another program that I attended, and both of them helped me a lot. Yes, Christina K. Crimson is a good source as well for me during my process. They helped me a lot.
The next question is, what were your top three extracurricular activities?
So my top three extracurricular activities. So first of all, I'd say the languages. Languages was an extracurricular that I did not just do for college process. I actually did not know about this process. When I was studying languages, so I studied like over 10 languages, and especially when I was 13, 14 years old was when I started doing it, and this is something that I continued doing my not as the same routine as my 13 years old self, but I continue doing throughout my years of life until now. So yeah, this was the top one extracurricular that I had. The other one was Lidera Nordeste. I'd say that this is something that I feel very connected about. For example, Lidera Nordeste is a social organization focused on the social development of the Brazilian Northeast, and this was a very important extracurricular for me, but not just an extracurricular, an actual community that really supported me a lot during this process. Another extracurricular was the student council at my school. I was the president of the Malala Yousafzai Student Council during my junior year, and also the founder of Debatendo, which was an organization focused on helping students to attend debates, opportunities like Modern Nations, and yeah, those were some of the extracurriculars that I submitted.
Great, great, great. Something that I like saying is Lidera Nordeste is like people they're like really resonate with you. Like all the people I talk that are in Lidera Nordeste, they're just so cute, just like you.
Oh, thank you so much. I love our community. Everyone is so helpful. Everyone likes to help each other. So yeah, it was like not just an extracurricular, but it was a family. The most important things on your application process, I'd say that one of the most important things is having a community, having people that are going through the same problems, or having people that you know are going to be in the same problems, in the same process in the future. So I could talk to them, I could share my experience applying to college, and now I can talk to them about the process as well. So yeah, having a community is just amazing.
The next question is creams so good? They're so expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's understandable. But from my experience as a scholar, yes, it was an amazing opportunity being a Crimson student as the Brazilian student scholarship recipient. but I'd say that you can apply for the full scholarship that they have. There is a program called Crimson Access Opportunity. It was actually with the application process open a couple months ago. I do not know if it is still with the application process open. So I'd say that you can take a look at that. CAO, Crimson Education, Crimson Access Opportunities, Crimson Education. If you take a look at that, you'll probably be able to also get it. But we also know that Borderless is an amazing company as well, that I'm sure that they're going to help you a lot during this process. And attending those moments here where you can ask questions is going to be amazing. So take a look at Borderless Instagram as well and attend those webinars.
Yeah, yeah. The next question is, I hear a lot of people talking about Brasa, but I don't understand how it works to apply or participate.
Sure. So BRASA, the Brazilian Student Association, is an organization focused especially on connecting students that study abroad with Brazil. So in many universities, they are Brasa locais, which is basically local Brasas, are communities of internet of Brazilians, international students in those institutions. So this is one way of getting connected with them, but they also offer different programs. One of them is the mentorship program. These mentorship I actually attended during 2 years. One of them was my junior year and then my senior year. Yes, 2023 and 2024 as a scholar. And this is a program that you're going to have a one-on-one mentor for free, and you're going to have to give you mentorship programs, classes, in which you're going to be able to understand better the application process for international universities, both in Europe, but also especially in the United States. And yeah, this is one of the ways, two of the ways that you can interact with it. But if you are a Brazilian student, after you get accepted, they offer a scholarship program. Also, I'm currently a finalist of this program, one of the 12 people that were accepted, and I'm going to São Paulo next month, literally within like 2 months, two weeks, to attend a final panel. And there is a program called Programa de Bolsas Brasas, a Brasa scholarship program, and they can offer you financial and also professional support throughout your college and beyond your complete journey. So yeah.
You will be coming to my city. Yay!
That's so cool. We should meet there.
Yeah, totally. The next question, I think the final one because of the time is, do you have any tips on how to recruit and retain people to participate in the projects you create?
Sure. There are many ways, actually. Um, so one of the ways is through Instagram. You can create the Instagram of your project. In Lidera Nordeste, you started with just one follower, which was me. And then we grew to a lot of followers, and not just a lot of followers, but impact. So what happened was that, you know, I sent links of the Instagram account. I opened the application process for mentorship programs of Lidera Nordeste and submitted the links and the invite in group chats. There are a lot of group chats in which you can share those opportunities. But it is important to know that I'd say that yeah, almost all the projects, they start very small. So at the beginning of Lidera Nordeste, we only received 16 applications for our first application process. From those 16, 14 were accepted. From those 14, only 12 actually concluded the program. So you are going to start something as a very small project, and it's okay. And then this is going to grow, and you're going to receive a lot of applications. You're going to form an amazing community. So I'd say that if you want to start a project and recruit people, it's important for you to share a lot and continue to have your work make people actually feel connected with the community that you are having on this project. And this is actually going to be one of the most important things to make your social entrepreneurship project actually work. Such as I'd say that Borderless also started with just one or a couple students, and the first year is yeah, it's a moment where you're going to grow, and then you're going to actually find a lot of things. And it's amazing because you, Borderless specifically, already have like a lot of resources for international students applying to college. So yeah, any project that you start, it's just going to start with one follower or just all the co-founders, and then you are going to grow. So do not give up and continue.
Yes, yes, that's I think this is such a like a good advice. Um, I think with that, this is was our last question because of the time. But thank you, José. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us and giving such helpful tips and advice. It was such a good time to talk with you. And yeah, people are saying thank you in the chat too.
Uh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so much, Veronica. Thank you so much, Borderless. It is an amazing time I had here. It is an amazing hour talking to y'all. If you have interest, if you have any questions, I can leave my Instagram below. It's José Wagner dot ps on Instagram, and you can contact me if you have any question. I'd be more than happy to answer. And thank you so much, y'all. I'm sure that you're going to get to your dream universities, and let's go.